Hello students, I hope you all are having a very good day. So in the previous class, we were learning chapter 2, parts of a plant. You have already learned the different parts that you can see on a plant. You have also learned the different parts that you find on the stem of a plant. So in this class, let us learn about flowers, seeds and fruits. So, how many of you have a garden at home? I hope most of you will be having a garden at home. So, just look at these pictures. All these are pictures of different flowers. Can you name these flowers? Yes, jasmine. Yes, there is rose and there is shoe flower. So when you come to school itself, you must have seen a lot of shoe flowers, isn't it? Isn't it? Outside our school campus, you can find a lot of shoe flowers. So each flower is different from each other. If you look at these pictures, you can find that all these are different from each other. At the same time, their colors also different from each other. And the very first thing that you will notice on a plant is also the flower of a plant, isn't it? And everyone loves flowers, isn't it? So let us learn about flowers. Flower is actually formed from the bud that you can see on the stem. Here in this picture, I have shown the bud. This bud will bloom into a flower after some time. Here also you can see a bud. That bud has changed into a flower. In this shoe flower also you can see a bud. That bud has changed into a flower. So, flower is actually formed from the bud on the stem. So, the bud on the stem of a plant changes into a flower. And flower is also known as the reproductive part of the plant. Why is it called as the reproductive part of the plant? Because this flower will change into a fruit later on. After changing into a fruit, I think all of you must have eaten fruits, isn't it? So when you eat this fruit, what can you find inside them? Inside the fruit, you can see seeds, isn't it? These seeds, if you bury it in the soil and if you pour water and keep it under sunlight, what will happen is that the seeds will turn into a new plant. So, because of that, flower is called as the reproductive part of the plant because it is helping the plant to form a new plant. That's why it is called the reproductive part of a plant. So, as I said, most flowers change into fruits which bear seeds, which in turn changes into a new plant. The flowers will change into fruit. Inside the fruit, you can find seeds. That seeds will turn into a new plant. And also, in some of the flowers, you can find a sweet juice. That sweet juice is called nectar. Sweet juice is called nectar. So, when you look at your garden, those who have garden at home, or if you look at some of the plants, you must have seen bees buzzing around the plants, isn't it? Bees as well as certain birds and butterflies. Why do you think they fly around these plants or flowers? It is to eat or drink this nectar, which is a sweet juice. So here I have given the picture of a flower. I think most of you must have seen this flower. Some of you might be having it at your house. Those who have this flower at your house, Just try drinking the nectar from that flower. Just try plucking the flower and just sip on it. You can get a sweet taste. That is actually the nectar of a flower. Okay. Then some of the flowers we also eat as vegetables. They are cauliflower and broccoli. Cauliflower and broccoli are also flowers that we eat as vegetable. So next let us learn about seeds. So inside the fruit you can find seeds. So seeds contain a baby plant inside them. That is, when seeds get proper amount of water, air and sunlight, they grow into a baby plant. This process is called germination. If you look at this picture here, this picture shows germination. That means when you bury a seed in the soil, if you add water and if it gets sunlight, air and warmth, that seed will grow into a baby plant. See, the seed has grown into a large plant. So that is called germination. That is called germination. That is when the seeds get proper water, air, sunlight, etc. They grow into a baby plant. That is called germination. Okay, that is called germination. Then some of the seeds you eat as food grains. Example is wheat, rice and corn. Some seeds that you eat as food grains is wheat, rice and the corn. All those are seeds that you eat. Can you name some other seeds that you eat? Usually you have it as your curry. Yes, very good. Beans, peas, etc. are also examples of the seeds that you eat. See, peas and beans are also seeds that you take in as food. Next we can learn about fruits. So in the last slide or in the last section I told you that the flowers will change into a fruit, isn't it? So just look at this picture. Who all have a mango tree at home? Usually you must have seen the mango trees will produce flowers during the vacation time, isn't it? During the summer time. After some time these flowers will change into fruits. See? So the flower changes into a fruit. Here also I have shown the picture. See, the flower is actually changing into a fruit. Here I have shown the picture of the tomatoes. Here also the flower will change into a fruit. Then some of the fruits. Some fruits are fleshy and juicy. Okay, so fruits can also be called as the fleshy and juicy part. See, when you look at this papaya, they are fleshy as well as juicy. Plums are also fleshy and juicy. Apples are also fleshy and juicy. So, fruits are the fleshy and juicy parts of a plant. Fruits are the fleshy and juicy parts of a plant. And also inside the fruit you can see seeds. See, inside I have shown the picture of papaya, plum and apple. Inside the fruit you can find seeds. Here I have shown the picture of seeds. And the number of seeds are also different in different fruits. For example, if you look at this papaya or if you take watermelon, how many seeds can you find? Have you eaten papayas and watermelons? Yes, some of you might have eaten. Okay, everyone has eaten papayas and watermelons. How many seeds can you find inside them? You can find many seeds, isn't it? But whereas if you take plum and mangoes, you can find only one seed in them. And in apples, you can find more than one seed, isn't it? So the number of seeds are also different in different fruits. And can you name some of the fruits which doesn't have any seeds? Can you name them? Yes, there are some fruits which doesn't have seeds. There are some fruits that have no seeds or without seeds. Example is pineapple and bananas. In bananas, you can find very small or minute seeds. You cannot call it as seeds even. So there are fruits that doesn't have seeds. Example is banana, pineapple, etc. And some fruits are also eaten as vegetables. Example is tomato, pumpkin, brinjal, etc. are examples of fruits eaten as vegetable. So I hope this much is clear. Now let us learn about some facts about the fruits based on the color. So can you see the pictures that are given here? You know that different fruits have different colors, isn't it? Eating fruits keeps you healthy and fit. It keeps you healthy and fit. So usually orange colored fruits is good for your eyes. It keeps your eyes and vision healthy. So it gives you healthy eyes. Purple colored fruits, purple and blue colored fruits is good for your memory. Then red colored fruits like apples and strawberries are good for your heart. It keeps your heart healthy and strong. Then yellow colored fruits like mangoes gives you immunity. That is, you won't get sick. It keeps us away from getting sick. Then green colored fruits are good for your bones and teeth. Example is guava. Guava keeps your, that is, green colored fruits will keep your bones and teeth strong. So students, I hope this much is clear for you. Do your worksheets. So let us recall what all we have learnt in this chapter, parts of a plant. So in the first section, you have learned that the plant is divided into root and shoot. Root is the part of the plant seen below the soil. Shoot is the part of the plant that is seen above the soil. Roots are of two types, taproot and fibrous root. Root fixes the plant in the soil and absorbs water and minerals from the soil. The stem holds the plant up. Leaves prepares food for the entire plant. The process by which the food is prepared is called photosynthesis. That means the plants prepare their own food in the presence of air, water and sunlight. That is called photosynthesis. Seeds grow into a new plant in the presence of air, water and warmth. That is called germination. So children, I hope that this much is clear. Do your worksheets. Read your worksheets well. Thank you.